Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So today we are going to look at another thrift store haul. This is the 36th episode of this series, and just like in episode 35, today we are looking at a big ol' stack of VHS tapes. That's where I buy most of my VHS from, excluding Whatnot, but you all saw that haul not too long ago. But I have plenty of other things to share with you guys from the thrift store. More VHS tapes, DVDs, some books, so actually some Blu-rays over there also. So just a whole ton of upcoming episodes for the thrift store haul series. So today we're looking at VHS tapes though, so we have a dozen in the pile. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into episode 36 of my thrift store hauls. So I'll start off with a couple of the big clamshell items I found, and both of these are Disney. Yes, both of these are Disney clamshells. So they're not in the best shape, but that's all right. This first one here, I've never seen before, but this looks like a ton of fun. I loved this series growing up. This is Mighty Ducks, the movie, The First Face-Off. So like I said, I've never seen this before, but I was a gigantic fan of the Mighty Ducks series growing up. I do have all three of them on Blu-ray behind me in the yellow Disney Movie Club cases, and those are awesome. But this one, I couldn't pass up. These were... this is a mix of items from my local thrift stores and some things while I was on vacation, but this one was from my local store, so this was only 50 cents, so I was not going to leave this one behind, so I had to grab this. I think this might be like maybe a pilot episode for a TV series. Let me know down below. Let me know down below if you guys know, but I think that might be what this is. But either way, looking forward to checking this one out. This only is 66 minutes, so it's a short one. But yeah, I love this series, and this is what I'm hoping like my daughter or my son will get into as well, but we will see. This is the Mighty Ducks, or I'm sorry, this is Mighty Ducks, the movie, The First Face-Off. This next one is an all-time favorite of mine, at least when I was a kid it was. It's been a while since I've seen it now, but The Muppet Christmas Carol, and this is exactly how I used to watch this, was the old VHS tape in this clamshell. I wish this one was in a little bit better shape. You can see kind of some wrinkling up there. It is cracked a little bit. So if I ever find this down the road that's in mint condition, I will upgrade it. But for now, I just love having this in the collection. I used to watch this over and over again as a kid. There are some movies that are like that, right? Like this one, I remember watching E.T. with the green. I think the top part was green. I always think that's how I always remember it anyway. And just a handful of others, but this was definitely in that rotation. Heavyweights, another one of my favorites. But yeah, so had to add this one to the VHS collection. We have The Muppets Christmas Carol. Here's one that we just watched the other day with my daughter for the first time. We watched it on 4K, not on VHS, but I couldn't pass this up. It's just cool looking. This is The Wizard of Oz, and you can see this is the 50th anniversary edition, which is really cool. But what's awesome about this is that it actually has like a little cover that opens up, and then on the inside, there's a booklet, which is really cool. So you can see here 1939 to 1989, so the 50th anniversary. And then there is this booklet in here, which has like, I don't know if this is an essay or what it is, but it's a relatively lengthy booklet too, which is really cool to see. So had to grab it. Not in the best shape, but for 50 cents, I'm not going to complain too hard. Honestly, I don't even love this movie, if I'm being completely frank with you. But again, this was just a cool piece for the collection, so I had to grab it. Even on my most recent rewatch, I think I may have upped it from 3 stars to 3.5 out of 5, but there's just something about it. I don't love it. My mom loves this movie. So many people do. It's some people's all-time favorites. But for me, I just didn't watch it young enough to really fall in love with it. And now, whenever I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I respect it, but it's just not a favorite. Anyway, this is The Wizard of Oz, this really cool VHS, or rather 50th anniversary VHS tape. Here's another one that I've seen more times than I can count, and I own it on 4K, but I can't pass up Jurassic Park on VHS. I mean, come on, the best part, it's the letterboxed edition, which just has to be harder to find, I would imagine. So yeah, I had to grab this one. Again, another one I watched not too long ago again, and just love this movie. It is so good. So yeah, actually, yeah, I watched this one for the first time on 4K, like within the last month here. Just an amazing movie. I really like the whole trilogy. The first one really stands out above the rest though. So yeah, Jurassic Park is now in the VHS collection. Excited to check out this letterboxed edition on VHS. And you can't have Jurassic Park 1 without The Lost World Jurassic Park 2. And this one is awesome because, as you can see, it has this really cool lenticular insert on it, which is just so awesome. I love that. So yeah, I had to grab this. It does have the old Blockbuster sticker on it, which is a little bit disappointing. But again, if I find a better condition one, I'll just upgrade down the line. But yeah, this is awesome. I like this movie. Admittedly, I liked this one less on... The tape won't come out for some reason. I liked this one less when I watched it recently on 4K than I remember the first time I watched it, or first and second time, whatever it was. But I still really enjoy this one. I do think there are some issues with this that I noticed more, I guess, this time through. But yeah, still a fun movie. This is The Lost World Jurassic Park 2. I showed not too long ago in a haul that I found a Sinbad movie, a Western, on VHS. Well, I also found the one I probably know best from him, which is House Guest. Him and Phil Hartman are hilarious in this, from what I remember. This was another one I watched as a kid and haven't seen it since, and another one I watched on VHS. So really looking forward to revisiting this one. Sinbad is hilarious. And then, of course, when is Phil Hartman not brilliant? Never is the answer to that question. So yeah, really fun find. And this one is in really great shape. It still has like the little proof of purchase on the bottom, which is so funny. But yeah, really cool find for another childhood favorite. This is House Guest. Here's another one in really good shape, and I am interested in seeing this one. I think Miranda watched this recently and didn't like it, but for what it is, it's just cool to have on VHS. This is Xanadu. So I've never seen this film before, but it just looks so absurd, and just VHS feels like the way to watch this. Of course, we have Olivia Newton-John, and it takes place in the future, and it's a musical, so I don't know. The 40s meets the 80s in Xanadu, a very special love story, and the first lavish, old-fashioned musical to utilize today's music. I'm very intrigued. I will watch this one at some point, and again, in really great shape. So we have Xanadu. I think I found all of the rest of these while I was on vacation at a local Goodwill, and they were only 50 cents there also, which surprised me because typically they go up to like $2 at Goodwills. But either way, had to grab them. So this is a really cool find. We have the Marx Brothers in Monkey Business. Now, this is just a classic comedy that I know I've seen it once in the past, but I don't really remember too much about it. And I don't remember if I really enjoyed it or not, but I thought, you know what? Monkey Business on VHS for 50 cents, that's a must grab. You can actually see it came from half-price books before it ended up at the thrift store. But yeah, this looks really cool. Cannot wait to check this one out. Give it a revisit possibly, but yeah, we'll see. An awesome find on VHS. We have Monkey Business. Here's another one that I recently picked up on 4K thanks to the Paramount Presents line, but I've not gotten a chance to watch it yet. Before I bought that one though, I actually found this at the thrift store. We have Chinatown. So another one that is just an all-time classic by most every account. And yeah, the first time I watched this, I assure you will not be on the VHS. It will be on the 4K that I bought recently, but still a cool one for the VHS collection. So Chinatown is in the collection. So you guys know right now the Criterion Collection sale is going on, at least at time of filming. I have no idea when this video will be posted, but I had to grab this because it is a part of the Criterion Collection. Z, or if you're not in America, maybe it's Z, but I call it Z. So yeah, this is a film that, like I said, is available in the Criterion Collection, but I don't own it. At least I don't think I own it. And so because of that, I definitely wanted to grab it on VHS. So no clue really what this is about, but I've always heard really that it's really good. And again, it's in Criterion, so it's probably a good movie. There's no surprise there. But yeah, from Axon Video, which I've never heard of before. But yeah, really cool. I think this is one of the few foreign films I actually have in my collection now. This is Z. I almost said Z. This is Z. Maybe a classic of a different sort, an 80s actioner with Sylvester Stallone in Cliffhanger. And actually, I found the 4K of this one for $5 at Big Lots a year or two ago, but I've still not checked it out. Oh, I didn't even realize he was in this. John Lithgow is in this, which is awesome. And Michael Rooker, too? Wow, I need to watch this movie. I had no idea this had such a great cast. So yeah, this is now going to be toward the top of the list to watch. But again, I'll watch it first on 4K and then I'll just check this out kind of as a novelty later on. But yeah, really cool. This is like the type of film I love finding on VHS, these old 80s action films, along with horror and sci-fi, of course. But yeah, so Cliffhanger, both on 4K and VHS in the collection. Last but not least is an 80s sci-fi flick that I've not seen, but I'm guessing a lot of you watching have. This is Project X with Matthew Broderick and apparently a chimpanzee, which is awesome. I know this is nothing related to that, I'm sure, but I instantly thought of the movie Nope when I saw this chimpanzee on the back there. I love Nope, so maybe I'll like this one too. I'm kidding. There's no relation to that whatsoever. But yeah, looking forward to checking this out. Directed by Jonathan Kaplan. And like I said, I'm sure this is one you guys are super familiar with, so let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. Hopefully I will enjoy it when I visit it, and this is the only way I own this, so when I watch it, it will be on this VHS tape. So really cool find to end today's thrift store haul. We have Project X with Matthew Broderick. All right, so another 12 tapes for the VHS collection. Really random, the kind of going all genres here, but this was the 12 that happened to be sitting together on my shelf, so they ended up in this thrift store haul video. But I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What of this stack have you seen? What do you recommend? Is there anything here that I need to watch for the first time in better quality? Let me know what your thoughts are on this stack of tapes and anything else down in the comments below. I appreciate any and all support down there, so thank you so much for those comments. But as always, before you guys take off, if you could just hit that like button, that engagement really does help me out. With that said, thank you guys so much for checking this video out once again. I really do appreciate you. And before you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.